Yeah, boy.
Blah.
So many guns you have.
Oh. Banger.
Oh.
What it does, what is poppin', what is crackin' lackin', everybody. My name is Thunderstorm C.
Whoa. My name is
Hurricane Notion.
Hurricane Notion. Thank you.
Oh,
You
that
can
was
be
good. I don't even know how.
Tropical Cyclone Dan. Tropical Cyclone Dan.
How good that?
You guys are creative as hell, and welcome to episode 131 of Bad Habits of Podcast. We in the building.
I wasn't expecting weather references right off the bat. That's pretty quick, man.
Look, I didn't really prepare you guys for it.
You don't play.
I don't play. Yeah, this is hot on the heels of our mates in Vermont getting fucking shat on last week. But they came through, they rallied, and they're going to be stronger than ever. God damn it. We already mentioned that because and it was mentioned earlier that looks like some storms are brewing in Toronto. And
There's a couple.
There's a couple. Well,
just like flash storms, nothing too crazy, mate. So don't get too excited.
Shit. No, understood. I went and fucked up the whole fucking thing here. Oh, boo! Look what I did.
Wow.
Oh, and I do it while we're live. As in, like you move the mouse and the whole shit. Oh fuck, bitch. Oh fuck.
Mate, down a little bit.
No, I'm trying to make it bigger. There you go. Oh, now it's too big. No, now it's too big. I gotta do it out, and I gotta bring it down. Oh fuck.
Did you say that?
This is crazy.
Anyways,
what's going on, cunts? Big week. I know, Dan, you had a fucking
solid one
weekend, mate.
Yeah. Where do I start? Here we go. So, actually, I'm going to start with the car rental. That was the whole thing.
Oh,
I went to. Essentially, I went to Montreal and back within 48 hours to watch Drake and then see some people and come back.
Exhausting.
And yeah, it was quite tiring, but I'm okay now. I'm pretty good. But this is how it started. So I rented a car. It was meant to be at 5:30
on Friday.
It was like on Friday. It was like Queen Street East. It was pretty local actually. It was like only 10-15 minutes for me to get to. I was a little late, but like it wasn't that deep. And
it shouldn't matter.
It wasn't that matter. It was a Turo, and like the guy, like usually people don't care. So I got there, and then I get to the address, and it's like this massive apartment complex, and I'm just like, okay, like where do people keep cars here? So I'm just walking around, don't see any car on the street. Even next to it, there was like a Hyundai garage as well, right next to it as well. So I was like, it wouldn't be in here. The Hyundai wouldn't let them keep the cars here.
Right.
So there's like no clue where the car was. And then I started messaging the guy after like 10 minutes, like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, I booked the car, but like, it's not here. And then the guy didn't get back to me for like another 10 minutes or something. So I was just like roaming, trying to get inside the building. And the guy messaged me earlier saying it's in a lockbox. And I was like, bro, like, the lockbox isn't just going to appear. Like, I don't know where this lockbox even is. So then eventually got back to me like 10 minutes later, like, oh, the car's at this park, which granted is only like 2 minutes walk. But I'm like, how am I meant to know? Like, is that a fucking park? So I wasted 20 minutes to like 20-25 minutes looking for this car. But I found it was a great car, by the way. It was a Volkswagen Jetta, and the fuel is
killer,
incredible. Like, I got to Montreal without having to fill up, and I didn't even leave on a full tank. I left on like 7/8, and it gave me about 600 kilometers before I had to fuel up.
Amazing.
It was so good. I could not believe it. And then when I was in Montreal, I only filled up like $20, and it gave me almost half tank, so I was pretty happy with that.
That's cool.
And so that was the whole thing, but it was fine eventually. We got there, met a few friends, stayed at a friend's crib. It was good seeing people. It was nice. I didn't think I'd be so excited to be back in Montreal, but it was like super, super excited. And like it was sick. I was glad to be down on vacation, obviously. It's a different vibe when you live there, but it's like I was super happy being there on vacation. I kind of wanted to stay longer. But then when I got back, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I kind of love Toronto, so that's fine.
Okay.
But it was sick seeing people. It was good going around my old area, my old neighborhood and shit, seeing loads of people. It was great.
How was Park? Sorry to cut you off there. I'm just curious because we're going back next month, and I'm looking forward to feeling the same way. How was the old? For people who don't know, Dan and I, we lived in the same area, the area called Myland in Montreal. How is it? Basically the same shit. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. Nothing had changed to my knowledge. I was only like in the area that we lived in before, very briefly, but nothing has changed majorly.
Okay, it's
And
only been a year,
even
so.
yeah, even so, if something was to start, we know that in Montreal it wouldn't finish until probably what 2030 or
2033.
something. Yeah, so it's like nothing has really changed. It all looks pretty lit still, so it's nice.
Dope.
And then we slept because we arrived at like 1 a.m. We went out a little bit around Broadry, and then we went back to the crib, slept, and then it was the day for Drake. But obviously the show started at 7, so we had like about 10 hours to go see a bunch of people, drive around Montreal, see bare different people, and that was fun. It was a lot of driving, a lot of seeing people, but it was really nice. It was great. And then came to Drake. We had pre-drinks. We all got to the stadium, and it was at the. So it turns out it got moved. It wasn't at the Laval Bell Center. It was at the Bell Center at Place des Arts, which was really good because
Not the
it was
main
like.
one.
I think that's the main one. I don't know because I know there's one in Laval, which
Yeah, that's
everyone says
that's
is the
Place
main
Bell.
one.
That's Place Bell, and then there's Bell Center. Because I got
So we
tricked
went Bell
before
Center.
too. Yeah, word. That makes sense. Why would Drake be?
Yeah.
Because the other one's smaller. The other one's like 10,000 people.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, yeah. So
Is
Yeah.
it the Canadian
yeah,
ground?
Correct, exactly right. It's where the Montreal Canadiens play
Montreal
when
Canadiens.
the Raptors come and do an exhibition game. Basically, every major concert I've seen in Montreal was there for sure. I saw Russ at the Place Bell, which is a trip because it's just off the island. But that was the only one. I feel like they've been doing more and more stuff out there because it's a cool spot. The Place Bell is obviously newer and stuff, but Bell Center's fucking dope. It's like must be 20,000 people, I guess.
It looked like more because
Maybe
I
it
know the
was.
stadium looked huge. Let me just Google the capacity.
You know what? They were in the round, wasn't he? Wasn't the sort of stadium? Was it in the round, or did it have like a normal stage?
No. It was like stage was the middle, and then everyone else was around.
Right, which means no seating was excluded, essentially.
Yeah, nothing. No seating was excluded at all.
That's the best way.
Let me see. Bell Center Montreal capacity.
Yeah.
Let me see what we got. Oh yeah, 21K.
21, yeah. Usually those stadiums are around 20-ish.
But
okay, sick.
it was good. So we got there, and there was no issue with tickets. It was busy, but it was like we just made our way in straight away, no waiting. But like it was lit. We didn't miss any of the opener or anything. So
Who
essentially we
opened?
got there.
Yeah.
Skilly Bang opened, the Caribbean guy who has the song with Nicki Minaj, Crocodile Teeth.
Okay. Don't know.
He opened, and he was like he'd had like a massive DJ set, and I think he performed one of his songs as well, which was cool. And then it wasn't even that long. Like Drake came at like what 9:15 or something.
Okay.
So it was like probably like an hour of opener, and then probably like a 15 to 20 minute wait until Drake actually came on. So it actually wasn't that bad at all. No one really fucked around, and it was beyond like any expectation I could have even had for a concert. Like it was easily the best concert I've ever been to. It was so good. Like it was. I couldn't believe how good it was. Like it was so fucking good. Like and he came on and he started with some like slow jams and shit. So he started off with like "Look What You've Done." No, "Look What You've Done" isn't really a slow jam actually. So like essentially, you know, he had that fucking the fake Drake, the young Drake on stage with him.
Yes.
He was there, and he handed
So it's
him
a
his
dude,
book.
right? It's not this hologram everyone's talking about, or a deep.
It's an actual guy.
Okay,
Yeah, it's an actual guy.
Yeah.
But he's like this young,
What a
like
job,
university. But like he's not even like famous. He's just a guy who looks like Drake. That's all it is.
He doesn't
and
even
he
actually
goes
look
to university.
The thing is, they use not the deep fake stuff, but it kind of is they projected that onto the screen for cunts. Yeah, it's like a filter for the face because he doesn't. I saw a little thing breaking it down because it was AI experts saying, "Is this for real?" Because I've been thinking about it since they saw it. So it was kind of like it's a real person, but they kind of altered it a little bit, kind of like how they can do like aging on fucking actors.
Oh, like de-aging and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
I get you. I get you.
Sorry.
So it was that kid on a sofa on stage with Drake, handed him a book. Then he just starts rapping his verse on "Look What You've Done," and then the kid goes whatever under the stage, whatever, and then he starts singing Marvin's Room, and then he does the song with Timbaland, "Say Something," and "Say Something" was cool because it was like he done like an R&B version of it as opposed to him like rapping, and he was like singing it, which is super cool. But like the first four, I got the set list here actually. But like the first four songs were like kind of cut short, so because he was like just getting right into it, and then like the whole stadium went crazy when it was like he'd done the "Can I," the song with Beyonce.
Oh,
he done that song.
Joint. Yeah, banger.
Yeah, banger, absolutely banger. And then he started going to more modern tunes. He done "Feel No Ways," "Jaded," but that was more like I don't know if it's like new Drake because it's like 2016, 17, them kind of tunes. And then he done like proper old stuff I wouldn't listen to now because it's kind of corny. But it's like he done Headlines, The Motto, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right, Started from the Bottom, all them songs. And he started going back into Energy, and Energy was sick. Know Yourself was sick. And then yeah, he said this is when he was like proper doing like the whole middle part was like proper rapping. Like it was sick. Energy, Non-Stop, Know Yourself, Sicko Mode, Way Too Sexy, Back Outside Boys, Jumbo Shit Poppin', like all them kind of tunes. And then it started getting more R&B, slow jam kind of shit. So it was like Laugh Now, Cry Later, God's Plan, Child's Play, Wait For You, In My Feelings. Like it was like so good, like the whole thing. Oh, and the thing is, the stadium was going crazy as well. Mm-hmm. So it was like no one was like too cool to just like be jumping around and shit. It was so good. Like the stadium was like everyone was stood up. Like I was sat in the 300s, but we could see everything, and like everyone around us, like no one was sat. Everyone just stood up as if we had floor seats. Like it was so good.
Sick. Love that.
So. And then he starts doing stuff like Nice for What, Controller. What else he did? Too Good, Find Your Love, Fountains, Work, One Dance, all them tunes. Mm-hmm. And then he does the stuff off the House album. So he done Sticky, Calling My Name, and Massive.
Hell yeah.
Which were like
did that go
actually
off?
Went off.
Yeah.
It went off. It was sick.
Massive would have been fucking
Bickies.
Yeah, it would have been like woo.
Yeah.
Being jumping
that was
on cunts.
So good. It was so good. And then he done the new Search and Rescue tune with Kim Kardashian and shit. So that was
like
that was
Drake's
really good.
Solo set. From what I saw, like he had that solo set, and then it was 21.
And then he had the 20. Essentially, it was meant to be 21 coming out, and then there was like during this whole set.
Okay, yeah, I know what happened. Yeah.
So during like the set, he like kind of went off stage a little bit, got like changed costume, and then came back on.
Okay.
And but he was never off stage for more than like 5 to 10 minutes or whatever. And then I'm trying to think what else he done. But he was sick. He like bare shit coming on the projectors and like on the TV screens. Where like he had this random interlude with the Drake lookalike in a bed, watching stuff like I don't remember the first show. Like it wasn't Addams Family. It was just some random comedy from like the 80s or something. Then we saw the fucking Fresh Prince intro come on, and it was super random. And then that happened, and he came back out and started performing again. And then I'm trying to figure what other funny shit he done, because he was just like proper performing and like had bare shit flying around the room, like the fucking balloons in the shape of fucking semen just coming around. And then the fucking
why was there semen-shaped balloons?
I don't know. And then he had, what was it?
Was it going in the? Sorry, let's not jump off the semen yet.
I'm gonna try and find a picture.
Please, where's the semen? Is it just on stage, or were they like bouncing around the crowd, or was it like something on the screen?
So there was a bunch of stuff floating around nearer to the stage, but obviously it was above Drake, and like they had a bunch. It was just all inflatable shit, and one was in the shape of like death. One was in the shape of a random woman. Like when Way Too Sexy came on, it was like a half naked woman, but it was like a blow up doll, a massive blow up doll.
Okay, I heard about these.
Let me see if I can find the sperm balloon. Oh yeah, here we go. I found it.
And where do we get one? Where do our viewers
get one? That is true.
Because that's the question that everyone wants to know, Daniel. Where's the Spooge balloon? Oh, Spooge balloon could be a good episode name.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Drake so Spooge balloon.
There you go. I text it to you.
All right. Do you think you would?
You'll see what I mean.
Okay, I'm just writing Spooge balloon down.
Oh my god, that's dead ass.
All right, I'm gonna have to show the
it's
screen
like
now.
Actual.
Oh wow,
so good.
That's fucked. Zoom in and show everyone. See if easy. There it is. Look at that. So Dick Balloon's at what? Party House? Party or Us? What's
Party
called?
City.
Party City. Let's go. Semen
All right.
balloons.
So use the code Bad Habits for your Spooge balloon at partycity.ca. You know, get your
logo.
Get 15% off. Yeah, exactly. Get the TMF logo on the Spooge balloon.
Oh my god!
Fucking Christ!
So much.
Okay,
And
so he
then,
just had it was a lot. The production value was high.
It was high, and he had the massive statue of Virgil throwing the paper airplane.
Oh, that's cool.
He had that as well, which was sick. And then, obviously, 21 was meant to come, but obviously he can't come to Canada. And then we waited like 10 minutes, and everyone was just wondering who's he gonna bring out, because on the first day he brought out J. Cole, and everyone was like, "Oh, but if it's not J. Cole, then who can you really bring out that's better?" Like, I'm even thinking now, it's like, I feel like every single person, other than maybe Kanye West, would have been a disappointment. Like, I don't even know who would have gone off like that. Like Future would have been good, but it wouldn't have been that good. Because I think J. Cole's more of like the shock factor of like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah,
in Canada right now. Like, but then eventually he brought out J. Cole, which was sick because in my head it was either J. Cole or nothing. So then he brought out J. Cole. And he performed, he literally walked down to the stage, said nothing. And then he got to the stage, everyone started getting quiet, and he just goes, "Let's go." And then he starts rapping Middle Child.
Hell yeah.
And then that was sick. And then he done Wet Dreams. He done...
Good choice.
What's the tune that he says, "First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil"?
One time for my LA sisters.
No role models.
No role models.
No role models. So he done that. What else did he do? He done a few other songs. And then... while he was like rapping and shit, Drake randomly came on stage with him.
Okay, so Cole was by himself because he was replacing 21. Okay, this 21. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and like he was rapping on this on the stage by himself, and then Drake came on with him, and then they started speaking to each other. Drake asked about a new album, asked if he can be on it, and then J. Cole was kind of just avoiding the question and shit. Mm-mm. But it was sick. Like it was like the perfect guest who could have possibly came out. You know, it was just so good.
I want to give some context for that, just for and I want to keep hearing about it because I told you this, and I think why he might have brought J. Cole specifically for Montreal was that when I want to say like 20, it was the Forest Hills tour. So I guess I don't know if that was
2014 or 15.
Maybe it was 15 or whatever, but Cole was doing like a North American tour at least. It could have been Europe, but it was the one where he had the roof of the house was the stage and he would sit on the roof and stuff. So they were supposed to come to Montreal and then something happened at the border and they got knocked back. I don't know if it was like they didn't have the paperwork right for the the set and the stage and blah, blah, blah. So Montreal, the show got postponed. So it was so he did all the rest of the tour, and then it was like 2 weeks after the tour had finished or something like that, where they could probably secure a date at the Bell Center again. And then the whole show, someone threw up a Habs jersey, and I'm pretty sure it was a custom Habs jersey on stage. He wore the Habs jersey and was like, "Montreal, I'm going to do the whole album," and he did the whole 2014 Forest Hills Drive in full for the crowd, and it was the closest I've ever been to like I get emotional, but I don't like fucking actually. I was like this close to like letting it rip, just because it was the most beautiful, organic, real thing. I'm like, he's the realest motherfucker ever. I saw him in, me and Nosh saw him back in 2011 at South by, in this real like hard to get into show with like I don't know 500 people, maybe less, probably 200
from a panel too.
At the panel when he had the shaved head back in the day. Him and who else was it? It was Troy Carter. From was that the show? One? No, Troy Carter's Lady Gaga's manager, and he's like a dude at Spotify now, like a business guy. But maybe I'm confusing. We went to his interview. I thought he was on the panel with
Melanie Fiona was on the panel.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Sweet.
So we saw him back then. So we've been to Cole a long time. So that was just such a beautiful show. So my guess was Montreal has the best crowds. Like going to more shows here in Toronto and around here now. Montreal crowds are just better. They're just more passionate. I don't know what it is. They just really give a fuck. Yeah, it's a lifestyle city, right? Like people.
It's a lot. Yeah, they're more unapologetic, They're just like that.
They're not like you said, Dan. You actually said it really well. Like no one was too cool. I've never been to a show in Montreal where anybody was too cool for anything at any time. Like, but I've been to Toronto shows where mans was like mad staunch, just like at shows we've all paid money to be there for. Me and Nosh have copped that a lot as performers, where like mans are just crossing their arms, staring at the stage, the worst for energy. but you just don't see that at shows in Montreal. So I just think J. Cole has like a bit of an affinity with Montreal, and Drake maybe asked him because he knew that, or he said, hey, 21 Con, he called some people, and maybe it just worked out. So that was my theory, why it was like such a perfect fit for that city. And obviously they worked together before and blah, blah, blah. So please, I just want to say that. Keep going.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, it's sick. Like I said, it's probably the perfect person to have come out, like legit. But then after J. Cole went in, he finished his set. Then he done. So yeah, here we go. His set. Let's see. He done Knife Talk. He done all the songs with 21 Savage on it.
But
so he done Knife Talk. Well, he essentially, because the crowd is like going off, he was like, just make sure he done the whole song, and then the crowd had to do 21's part.
Okay.
But it was so good because it was literally like you couldn't even hear yourself think how loud everyone was still rapping 21's verse. It's like, obviously 21's verse isn't like you'd assume when you listen to a Drake album. There's that, and then when you assume you listen to a Drake album with 21, you're only really there for the Drake verses, like,
right?
You're not there for the 21's verses, but like everyone knew all his shit, so it was sick. So he done Knife Talk, On BS, Spin About You, Jimmy Cooks, and he ended with Rich Flex, and like this song 21. Can you do something for me? That tune. So good. And then he was walking off, and then he was like, "Oh, we're over the time, but you know what? Let me do one more." Then he done Legend, the song off.
If you're reading
this too late, yeah,
it's the first song, yeah.
And then that was meant to be the last one. Then I think he done one more, and he done Jungle.
Nice. All right.
Melanie's looking at me like no, but then she says she's not too sure. I think he done Jungle. When was Jungle?
I recall.
Maybe earlier.
I recall seeing like a screenshot of the fucking what's it called? The set list and stuff, and I remember seeing both of those particular songs on there. So I don't think you're wrong. Okay.
But yeah, it was just like I said, beyond expectations. It was so good. I'd pay $300 for that, like happily. It was so good.
Was that? I'm very happy to hear that. And I was saying, Tiff and I were saying, we were really happy that you got to experience that sort of a show, because I feel like, you know, me and Nosh obviously been here quite a while, and we've been to a lot of shows, and you get that kind of thing in cities like Toronto where you get the special guest. I know you saw it in Montreal, but in Canada at least, I know you haven't been to like a shit ton of shows.
North American thing, right?
Yeah, in Australia, we never would get that growing up. Like, you would never just be all of a sudden they're bringing someone out, but you'd see online that like, oh, so and so performed and they brought out boom, and like, fuck, man, like we never get that shit. So even in Canada, we get it much more rare than they do in the States. If you go to a show in New York, well, it's like if they don't bring somebody out, like it's weird.
You're kind of disappointed, right? Yeah,
basically. So you got a really good one. Like, you got, obviously Drake has like basically been your fave from time. So like you got to see your fave guy at like what sounds like he's probably coolest show yet as far as the set. You know, in the round with the other actors, and like, you know, the bedroom set and the couch set and the fucking giant Spooge balloons and the fucking you know, and then bringing out Cole, like that's a fucking. Mate, that's a sick experience, dude. Like, you
value for money right there.
So yeah, literally. And like when Drake came out, he came out through the crowd. So it was just like, it was almost like a boxing walkout, and he just like walked through the crowd, was looking cool, just didn't even say anything, was dapping up random people and shit. It was sick. And then
man of the people.
I bet you they didn't want their hand like that.
Yeah, 100% not. 100% not. And then the same for J. Cole as well. He came from the crowd as well. He didn't just randomly come on stage. He both came from the crowd. Very cool. So, yeah, it was honestly 10 out of 10. It was so good, man.
Fuck yeah, man. So if cunts, I don't know, I don't know if anyone, you know, maybe heard that and they're like, fuck, I want to go see Drake. I wonder I still didn't even remember hearing what's happening with the Toronto shows.
It's something to do with like OVO Fest, but apparently they're not doing OVO Fest during the normal time that it's meant to be. Usually it's in August, apparently.
First weekend of August, same as Caravana and stuff. Yeah.
I was going to say it fucks with Caravana because I want to keep it separate.
When you go on the OVO Fest website, the tickets are in October, and the tickets are titled "It's All a Blur Tour." So
let's take a look.
I don't know what the actual thing is with that.
Huh. Okay. Well, okay, if I'm looking on Ticketmaster, if I search for OVO Fest 2023, the sponsored link that comes up is Ticketmaster for Drake tickets for, it says no events available in selected area.
Interesting.
So then, I thought I just had brought it up. Okay. So maybe there is, what the? Hang on, wait a second. No, so he's just got like non-stop like touring the whole way. I did see October something. Let's see if it's pulling it up now. October 9th. Okay. Oh, then they're just what? So maybe they're not on sale yet. Oh, here we go. October 5th and 7th at Scotiabank. And it's just called Drake. It's All the Blur tour. And they're calling it international. What the fuck is your problem? Okay.
So I don't know what they're actually doing. You know?
Whoa, it's $500 for 300s.
Yeah, I think they're resale tickets though.
Oh, these are all resales. Okay. Available and verified resale. So then you probably just got to choose like available, not retail. I don't want to see the motherfucking retail shit. Damn, that's fucking crazy, man.
Fuckery.
So, okay, shit's expensive as a cunt then. So, all right. Well, that's great. So you might be able to get tickets if you're willing to pay the resale and shit. But
yeah, true.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, love it. Good update.
Incredible.
Mate.
Yeah, man, you're sick. And we were looking at other event tickets. They got what's it? Wu-Tang are coming with Nas. Did you know that? It's Toronto.
That's okay. So.
Yeah, they were doing some sort of European tour. I think they were doing like albums in full or something like that.
But I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's worth seeing Wu-Tang and Nas now? In 2023?
If you've never seen them before, do it. Like, I've seen Nas, I've seen Wu, like, multiple times, and there's always different members there because they can't get everyone at once.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. I don't have a particular interest in that right now. I would, if I'm going to go see a show, I would rather see something like the Beyonce or Drake stuff where it's an event, a bit of a spectacle, something that's like, whoa, fucking, how do they do that? If I see someone on stage with a microphone and a DJ, which is not necessarily what they're going to do, but probably is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not, like, excited about that. But if you can get tickets for a reasonable price, I don't know.
Yeah. True.
When is that?
I'll think about it. Let me see.
It must be this summer then, maybe.
Toronto. Let's have a look.
Sounds like you're in New York, Dan.
Big Popo.
I am in New York. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? They're coming in September.
Okay.
Oh,
whoa.
Okay. Whoa, muting mic right now.
Dan, it's just all sorts of shenanigans going on up in there. Just turned the
on the block, we call it.
But yeah.
Okay. Good shit.
Yeah, good shit, man.
Love it.
Good shit.
Great update. Happy had a good time. Fuck yeah. Shouts to Drizzly and Jermaine. And our friend was saying that she, who was here for the weekend, was saying that she went to university in North Carolina with J. Cole, and she did a group assignment with him, and he didn't do his part, so she never liked J. Cole.
Amazing.
We thought she was kind of bullshitting, and then she was like, no, serious. And she just seemed sort of so, like, unimpressed. And it's like
I know Jermaine.
Imagine having beef with someone. Exactly, peace.
Don't want to assume her accent, but that was pretty bad.
She's from Long Beach, so she speaks like
she's standard.
Okay. Yeah, but not like Ray J. Hey, cuz. Like,
she's not a gangbanger. Oh my god.
Have you ever heard Vince Staples? No, who was it? Oh,
hey,
it's like Vince Staples does it, and he does the Ray J accent because Ray J's from there too.
Sounds like Snoop when he puts on his I'm a gangbanger.
Yeah, the Nipsey Hussle one.
The game does it sometimes.
Yeah,
Nipsey also. They all put on that. Yeah,
and they like overpronounce their R's. Like, yeah, they're so funny. Man.
Hard R's.
All right, Nose, how you been? What's cracking? What's news? What's the news for the people then?
Oh, fuck, I'm all right, mate. What have I been doing? Just kicking ass, taking names. Lots of momentum bike
kicking goals.
Kicking goals?
Yeah.
Kicking goals. Fucking kicking goals. Kicking goals and fucking cunts in the ass, really, basically.
Fucking Pete. Is that the episode name?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll just keep that in the
We'll stick to Drake's Spooge balloon. Okay.
Spooge balloon is way more of a ring to it than
Gotcha.
the drivel that's coming out of my mouth, mate. So, mountain bike episodes. I had a new content idea for Notion MTB, and I've been exercising that and executing that. So just lots more videos coming, and I found a way to use some content that I was kind of like not wasting, but only using for one thing. So made a whole new, like a mid-length, long-form platform for for YouTube. So they're not like, sometimes people don't want to watch 15-minute videos. They want like 3 to 6 minutes of just absolute just bangers, like no fluff in the editing, like the action edits. Anyway, so I found that one of my shorter episodes got so many views in 24 hours. I was like, the most as I've ever got. And I was like,
on what platform?
On YouTube long form. And my 6-minute episode got the most views in 24 hours so far. And I was like, oh, okay. So then basically when I make a long episode that's like 10 minutes long, for example, I will trim the fat, and then it'll be like, 3 to 6 minutes or something. And so that is what I would send to myself on my phone. Then I'll chop that into small bits for shorts. But what I'm doing now is that, 2 to 6 minute highlight reel of trimming the fat from a long episode is just constantly, like, I could go from like, 1 to 5 trails in that 2 minutes, but it's just the best of that episode. And so I've just, I called them shorts stories. So now they're just, another
quick versions
form
of content,
quick versions of my episodes. And it's because it's so backlogged, everything people are going to see, it's like, looks like brand new. So every Wednesday, another episode coming out. So I just passed 600 subscribers, up to like 607 right now. So small wins during the week, up to fucking 380,000 for the channel. So yeah, just trying to get more content out there. I really want to ram forward this public watch time hours before the year is done. I want to get this monetized ASAP, and I'm just like figuring out as much as I can to push the public watch hours. So it's coming around. It's growing quicker. It's starting to I want it to slingshot, because I understand once you get past a certain amount, things really ramp up. So I think I'm at the beginning of that slingshot
hockey stick
journey. Hockey stick. There you go.
Yeah. No, I see that.
So yeah, just been doing that. Had a sick ride last week, and then I banged up my wrist. So I'm kind of like, I didn't bang it up. I just had a really good ride, and I jumped off heaps of stuff that it's a little sore. I got invited to Horseshoe Valley Bike Park, which is like an hour north of Barrie, Ontario. And so Wednesday I'm going to go to Horseshoe Bike Park for the second time. I went there last year around this time, and I literally, like an absolute dumb cunt, left my GoPro on the kitchen table with all the batteries and things. So I didn't even film it all. But also, honestly, it was a really crazy day. It's gonna be so much better now, because I can ride the whole thing. I crashed last time, and it was embarrassing, but that would have been sick to actually watch it, because quite funny. But anyway, going to a bike park on Wednesday, and I'm gonna wear my full face helmet and look like I'm fucking doing proper downhill. So I'm gonna be healing until Wednesday. So next week I'm gonna tell you about Horseshoe Bike Park and tell you how sick it was. And I've been making beats, and I just been fucking trying to relax, man. There's been lots going on this week, lots of shit weather, and lots of inside time, and lots of mountain bike editing. So that's pretty much me.
Nice.
Question. You see your videos, yeah? You should. I don't know if you might do it already, but you should make playlists per location, and especially if you're gonna do shorter within, like, I'm assuming short is like 2 to 5 minute videos.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could just do 5 minutes around this area, or like
have a series.
Have a series which are dedicated to specific trails or specific locations.
And make different playlists for each one. Yeah, playlists hyper specific. Not just Toronto, but like, done, here's this trail, and here's all the ones from this one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I've been doing on the channel. I've actually got that, I've been adding more playlists on it. So whenever I add any more videos, I just slot them into the appropriate area. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I think that's what he's saying, but I think he might even be saying more of even more specific.
This trail, and then all the videos around that one trail. I'm doing it in areas at the moment, because like I live, I have to pass through this trails to get to.
You got Jefferson Forest, you got Albion Hills. That's what I was going to say to do. Crothers Woods. That's sick. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay,
and
And I've got more of those coming as the videos come out, because some of them that I've filmed and it's waiting to get shown, it's already been created, but it doesn't show yet because the video hasn't been launched. So there's probably like 7 or 8 other ones that are coming because
I write in the assigned to those playlists.
Exactly right, yeah. So it's slowly together, because like on my end it shows like in one of those folders it'll show 6 videos are live, but 16 are in queue. It's like fuck, it doesn't even look good yet because nothing's come out yet. But I have scheduled content until December 27th right now, but that's for the shorts stories. I got long episodes until October, shorts until November. So I just got everything's months ahead, which is awesome. Okay. I'm trying to keep the same threshold of like 3-4 months from when I'm actually releasing stuff to when I'm actually making it, because shit happens and things take time. So I'm trying to keep my threshold the same meatiness, so I don't have any stress thing, because it hasn't been a stress thing to make this channel or continue it at all. The only thing I've been battling is injuries, and most of those haven't even been my fault because I'm riding on the road showing with other fucking dickheads. So everything's going great as far as the schedule and the timing and the rollout. So I'm keen as fuck with it. I just need the long form shit to ramp up, which is why I'm pushing the extra content, filling in the gaps during the week. So now I've got like 13 to 14 videos a week. So I'm fucking keen as.
Gotcha. Love it. I think it's like you probably got a bunch of opportunities even to like maybe do super cuts of like, just a jump video that goes for 1 to 2 minutes of just non-stop jumps. Or once you got a little more content, you know what I'm saying? And you can just combine.
The first idea for that, which stemmed exactly what you said. Like the first thing I thought of was like, I should do a video of all the trail dogs that I encounter. Cunts love dogs. I encounter dogs every single time that I trail ride. I have it on camera. I just don't show it all the time. When I do show it in my shorts on YouTube or my reels on Instagram, they get a lot more response because cunts love dogs. And it's unbelievable.
Like trail pups or something
I do
like
it.
That.
Yeah, it's called trail dogs. Like the hashtag is a big thing. Like if you there's actual mountain bike channels that are designed around their dog and they go riding with the dog. It's nothing to do with the person, and they have the focus on the trail dog because they run faster than us on bikes, mate. They're unbelievable.
Fuck, let's go. We might need to borrow Barrington, mate.
Oh, he's definitely a trail dog.
He gonna give a fuck. He'll be out here just fucking belting it, mate.
He'll be barking at my hubs for sure.
Oh, I love it. I just noticed we're nearly 40 minutes already, and I still have it. I don't even have that much to say, so we can get into the meat of all this stuff. But yeah,
that's it for me, mate.
That's it for me, Beauty. Just been busy for me too. Same as y'all, man. Just busy summer shit. We had friends from San Francisco stay over on the weekend. Interesting. They have a almost 2-year-old son. Super cute, lovely kid. Such a wonderful couple that they really got a lot in common. They love beer and stuff. Like the husband loves craft beer and really understands it and is really thoughtful about it. Like we shot a little quick BOS video together as well. Went to a bunch of breweries and some wineries. Yeah, it was nice. Like went to Blood Brothers in Toronto, and we went to Counterpart in Niagara. We took them to Niagara Falls, which is such a cunt to drive around. Fuck my life. So many people. Like, fuck off, bro. Like, you'd think it's a wonder of the world or something. They fucking so super cool. Just like hanging out and got lit. But on the Friday night, this is the best encouragement to pull out. The kid once again super cute. He started making it. We went to bed a little later than them because they're like early. They're from SF. West Coast people get up at the crack of dawn all the time. So
almost fucked, mate. It's encouragement.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know what it is. There's some cultural thing out there. So we went to bed just a touch later, but basically I got to sort of sleep, and then maybe 30 minutes in, the kids just screaming and did not stop. They said till 6 a.m. I just felt like they screamed nonstop, but I think it was like screaming till 6 and just making noise. And so I was like, I don't even know. I don't think they really got any sleep. They said they ended up they took him downstairs and like had to sleep in what do you call it? Intern shifts. So like they managed it, and they almost decided they said he'd never done. They go, normally he screams 10 minutes, something, boom, put him back to sleep, he's good to go. Because he screamed for hours and hours and hours, they go, we've never seen anything like this. They were mortified. They were so apologetic. We were like, look, it's cool, man, it's cool. Like we were fucking tired as hell, but we were like, it's okay. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's no one's fault.
Shit, son.
So we still went ahead with the day, and then that Saturday night, they the kid slept like 12 hours. They go, he's never done that ever as well. So they go, it's a weekend of first. The whole thing was all this random shit. So it was just funny that if you're thinking of having a kid ever, like you think it's really light, then yeah, go. I hadn't really experienced that before. Like actually been there during some sort of spaz attack where they're just going, no. I'm like, oh, I would have to get up now and deal with this bullshit. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Eye-opener, right?
Barrington's enough, very much an eye-opener, geez. So I'm like, I see why people say they need help, because it's more like, you can't imagine if you had, like, we've got a flexible lifestyle. Whereas if you had like a 9 to 5, like, that would be pretty difficult. Yeah, there's no break. What do you expect? You have to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, ready for a call or whatever, and you got to be switched on, ready to perform. So that was my interesting takeaway from all of that shit. So yeah, still a busy summer coming out. We booked a bunch of accommodation we're going out east at the end of August. So we're hitting like Providence, Rhode Island, Boston, Portland, Maine, Burlington, Vermont, Montreal, and Prince Edward County in like a week and a half.
That's sick, dude.
That'd be pretty dope. Got a big event for Link Up, which is our non-profit for craft beer at Boreal in Montreal, which would be dope. So we timed it up with that. So haven't been back to MTL in a year, so I'm excited. That's why I want to hear down what you were saying. I know it had been like 3 months for you, so it's different. But
still,
we haven't even been there in a year. So it was July last year was the last time we were there. So excited for that.
When are you doing this East Coast trip?
We leave mid-August, or I think it's like mid-ish, somewhere in the teens of August. I have to double check.
Okay. Not bad.
I know the event is, I think it's the last weekend of August. So that's why we're like timed it up so that it's basically 2 weekends away. So from one weekend, and you come back on the Monday or something like that, I think.
Okay.
So my friend,
I was gonna say, come meet me in Manhattan.
Technically, we could, but we've already booked accommodation. So if we had, like, it's already like locked in. So I don't know if are you going to be there then for like one of the weekends?
I'm going to be there from like the 28th to the 1st. Because my parents are going to go.
I see. Oh, okay. We'd have to turn around and come back out there.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Ask Tiff, though. Run a bio.
I'll see. We
could potentially do it. It's almost like we'd have to go home to drop off all the beer and stuff and then come back. So let's talk about it. We were thinking about going to New York this year. I really wanted to, but we're like, then we're going to deal with, we want to go to Florida again for this time longer next year. So we have to start figuring that shit out and fucking.
Oh yeah, that's coming around.
I know, it's already fucking July, and I don't think we'll be there for like 5 months. I'm thinking maybe more 3. So we just have to figure out how we're going to do the accommodation. Because that's the interesting part. If you're going to stay somewhere for a long time, it's either you pay out the dickhole, which you want to avoid, or with like maybe you can get a rental, like a short-term lease, and then you rent furniture to like fill it up. And apparently there's companies in the States that like bring you the shit, everything you need, and it's very affordable, and then they'll come pick it up at the end of the lease. So you don't even have to like stress about it type shit. Like, beds and dresses and couches and the whole thing. So
not bad at all.
Yeah. Lots going on. Try and keep that travel vibe. So, got a bunch of shit to go through today. What are we at? We're all right for time. The songs in your head when you wake up. I only had 2 that I wrote down this week. I swear there was one I forgot, but did you guys have any of those? I'm just going to keep that going while I remember to do it because I think it's funny.
I am always thinking about it, and then I just I don't have one. I just don't. I don't think I do. Like, I don't know. I need to think about it harder, I think.
That's a good
problem. Because every time I think about it, I'm just like, no, there isn't. There just isn't one.
You got to do it when you wake up and you do it. You have to do it like immediately. Like, write it down. Otherwise it just disappears. Did you have any, Nosh?
Did I tell you last week? Did you write down what I said last week?
I didn't write down the songs that you said last week because I think you just said them. Those were the ones from that week.
Yeah. So I think I still had En Vogue, Don't Let Go. Because there's one part that I can actually. There's like one part that I can actually sing. Like, it sounds nice and it loops in my head. It's weird. Other than that, because the key fits, it's weird. I have a very small singing range. Anyway, so that nothing really got stuck in my head to the point where nothing pisses me off. Like, I'm genuinely like, oh, even if a bad song comes in, like the Lamb Chop play along song, like, fuck that shit, right? Cunt's trying to send you that meme and trying to piss me off. And like back in the day, some people tried to ruin me with that. And, you know, it did for a small amount of time, but then you get over it. And then when it comes around, it's like, water under the bridge, mate. And they still think it's like a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lamb Chop Play Along song, that's a kind of a dog. But that hasn't happened for a long time. That has popped up in my world in the form of memes, not like in my head in the morning. So that's yeah, good. It's usually soul songs or yeah, it's like usually singing soul songs, like fun old school things.
That's nice. They said not annoying.
It's always nice. No, it's not.
Okay.
Annoying.
I only had 2 this week then, just that I could remember. One was Usher My Way, which is a great one.
Oh, good one.
And the other one was only because we just listened to it yesterday. It was this morning. You guys know Chronixx? You know, like the reggae.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Skank and Sweet? You know that joint?
Dude.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
So we were like bumping that heavy yesterday. So I woke up today with that in my head.
He's the man.
It's fucking gorgeous.
A couple of days ago, I listened to a whole like a best of mix of his because like I want to listen to Chronixx. I don't know what song because I can name like 2 or 3 probably, but I know lots of his songs. So I typed in that and then listened to it like for like an hour.
Hell yeah!
Skip a single song.
The kind is great. Do you know what I realized? I was saying to Tiff yesterday. I think that Protoje will be my number 1 listened to artist this year on Spotify, which I'm very curious to see because I feel like I listen to. It's like if I get in the car and I'm not sure what to put on, I'll just throw on one of his playlists or album or whatever. Because it's just like it's the most quality, like new era reggae shit. I think it's spectacular. It's incredibly produced, but it's also like conscious. The bars are good. Like even last night, we got like hella high last night, and we were putting on the song while we were making dinner. And we put on he got the joint with Coffee off his latest album, and I never really like rated Coffee too heavy, but then we watched the video, and they're going back and forth like rappers in like a chant, you know, because obviously they both sing but they chant as well. And it was like, like they're like multis, like fucking like the same, 3 syllables at the end of every bar for like 8 bars in a row. And I was like, you don't appreciate it till you watch them.
I'm telling you, music videos change. They change your opinion. Because I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to even speak about this one a few weeks ago. The flipping what was it? Corday and Juice WRLD video.
Yes, that was crazy.
If I listen to that just on its own, I know it's a good tune, but watching the video, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it because even me, when I first watched it, I remember I was on Instagram when it got released. You sent it to me, and I saw a video. It must have been like House of Highlights or Complex, and there was a video of Kaytranada reacting to it, and we had the exact same reaction. Because when I watched the video, I was like, okay, cool. And then when I watched him watch it, he was like, wait, was that Juice WRLD? And because it's such a good deep fake, like I didn't even realize it when I first watched it. And then when I watched it again, I'm like, no, this is like, the video is insane. Like, it's so good. Like,
I think Corday going back and forth. Corday loves that shit. When he did a song with Anderson .Paak, he was going back and forth.
They've done that twice.
They love
2 songs.
Yeah. 2 songs in a row.
Fuck, I love Corday. And he even said he studied Juice WRLD's movement so that when his face changed, because basically what he was doing, he kicks off the song and they were just walking down this hallway with all this, like an office with like crazy shit happening in the background. And he would do something, someone would pass him a book or like whatever, some sort of thing. He'd put it in front of his face, pull it down, then his Juice WRLD. And then he'd do the Juice WRLD thing. But he said he studied his move. I don't know enough about Juice WRLD, but I just thought that was cool as fuck that he even took it that far to really try and make it like authentic to him. But yeah, that's sick. It's a really good point. So the videos are cool, but yeah, Protoje is the fucking best. And what I learned though about Chronixx, this is no disrespect at all, but the lyrics are, like you said, were really more positive and they're very simple. And I'm like, whilst remember we had the big convo about the Dre keep the heads ringing, it's not like they're not lame really like that. Like that shit is corny, but like they're very like sort of simple and a little like even the Skank and Sweet song, the actual lyrics in the chorus is such a beautiful melody. And it's a little kind of like, it's a little corny. It's a little like predictable and blah, blah, blah. But like it converts, like it works so well.
It's executed well. He's got a great voice. Everything sounds warm and like sweet and light. But yeah, the mix, everything about it is just so, it's good, man. I'm out for it.
God tier shit. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's run through a bunch of the stuff that's happening this week. I think everything here is pretty straight. Nothing's like too deep. Just before we went on, I think it was she sent something through about the Hollywood strike. They got the actor strike happening.
Yeah,
It's still
Fran
going on.
Drescher is the head of that hoe, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is
There's a
kind of
bunch
wild,
of
right?
I haven't seen her for yonks, man. I didn't know what she was even saying, but she's at the head of the BAFTA motherfucking these cunts. Whatever it's called, the Actors Guild or whatever it is. I don't know. She's just cunts are just sick of it. Like even the actors along with the actors are joining the writers in the strike because like certain movies have been halted. Like what's the thing called? Deadpool 3 has been halted immediately.
Deadpool, yeah, loads of movies, loads of movies.
Heaps of, yeah, like lots of big names are actually marching on the streets with signs like, fuck you cunts, don't be dogs, sort it out. It's
Which is
just
very so.
such a high profile backing.
Word. So what this is saying here, the actual headline says Hollywood shut down. Studios want to scan actors to own their likeness forever. So I believe that that's what a lot of it is based on. Then,
Yep.
where I know that some people were saying they want to sell, like apparently J-Lo, was it J-Lo? Yeah, sold her likeness as far as AI and deepfake to whatever, or licensed it out. And there was a company who made an ad. I forgot who it was, like a big company, someone we all know. And they made an ad where each employee it was like jokey ad where like they were all wearing the suit and they were trying to be J-Lo, and you'd see J-Lo on the screen doing whatever the actors were doing or the people in the company. Then it would quick, come back and they'd be, nah, man, give me that shit. I can do that better. And then they'd continuing to do it. So that was apparently one of the first things. I thought it was her actually in the ad and it was playing on the idea of it, but apparently that was actually real licensed AI. So
that's crazy.
I think that's why they're doing this. I think
it's all about AI basically,
right?
Because apparently they want to use AI for extras.
Replacing actors.
They want to use it for extras as well.
Yep.
So and like extras
saving money.
The main way to get into the industry, I guess, because I guess if you want to be an actor, anyone can be an extra. There's websites that you can apply just to be an extra because you don't really need to show much acting capability to be an extra, especially if it's like a scene in like the middle of fucking Dundas Square or Times Square. You're just walking through, but like most of them are paid extras, and like they want to use AI just to, fill up everyone in the scene. So it's like there's no avenue into the industry. So it's a big thing.
Yeah, interesting. Because I've applied before to do extra work. I always thought it was kind of cool.
I think it's cool.
Like, yeah, it's the only thing is when you really think about it. Because our friend Richard, who's been on the pod when we had what do you call it? He's been on the other series of the pod where we talked about Relentless Richard, and he was saying that like if you really think about it, you're getting paid like pennies to be sitting around for like 12 hours until they need you, type of thing. So it's like it's more just how cool is it for you to be in a Marvel movie as this, and get a fraction of a second of screen time at best or whatever the fuck. And like it sounded like it more of a waste of time than time well spent unless you're trying to get in the industry. But it's not that difficult, I don't think, to get, some sort of extra work. But I guess they're just trying to save money across the board. So that's kind of hectic. So I guess we'll keep it, if there's anything else happens with that, we'll keep the update. Because I think it just happened, like, as far as the strike.
Did you see, before we went on, the Ed Sheeran and Eminem thing?
No, but I remember hearing something about that. What was it?
So, literally, I saw a video like a couple hours ago.
Detroit?
Ed Sheeran done a cover of Lose Yourself, Eminem.
Okay.
And then when it came down to the main verse, he brought out Eminem randomly. And Eminem started rapping Lose Yourself in front of random man. So it was sick.
On tour, like at a show?
Yeah, he was in Detroit. Yeah. In Detroit. And then so he started singing Lose Yourself on the guitar. Yeah, but he was singing the rap part. And then when the time for the verse came out, Eminem came out from the floor and then rapped it.
Fuck, and then that's gangster.
It was super gangster.
So sick.
Like, how do you beat that? That's pretty fucking crazy.
You cannot.
Hell yeah. Shouts to Eddie. Fucking Big Ted. Big Ted the GOAT.
And then when the hook came back in after the verse, Ed Sheeran was singing that you only get one shot. He was going off. And then Eminem was rapping. And it was honestly sick because I thought he would have gone a little more off, but Eddie was kind of reserved. But he did his regular backup duties but he was strumming the fuck out of that guitar,
like singing the bars and stuff.
He was singing the lyrics, and Eminem was rapping it, and it was a separate. It was perfect.
Gotcha. I have to
The
find
video's
that.
on
really
Ed Sheeran.
cool.
Okay, so
I saw it on Complex or something, but it's cool.
That's right. Okay. I think I saw it.
Check it from old Edward. Okay.
Did you also see the Lil Wayne thing?
Is that now performing at the ESPYs?
Yeah, it was so
the lyrics. That was
yes,
sick, actually.
Let's
talk about that.
Yes, that was actually one of the things I had on here and a couple of things. So he performed a Milli at the ESPYs, which is the sports awards, and changed the lyrics so that it's
sports appropriate,
sports related. Yeah.
Yes, which is very cool.
So sick.
Yeah, he did a really good job of that, and it was cool because even though like I don't know like a lot of the things he's talking about from sportsing stuff, but I was like, it's still pretty sick to know you change a classic song like that and be able to do it. Because especially from Wayne, who doesn't even remember shit about any of his songs, he just keeps You know what I'm saying?
He has to relearn his stuff for performance.
Yeah,
say that he has to go for lyrics every performance.
Yeah,
make sure he knows his own shit.
Which is very funny. So yes, Wayne was doing that. I know she sent something through before. Blu Exile got their essentially ownership back of Below the Heavens, so now they're actually getting the money. I guess it was done through a label. The label owned it, and then now they get that back, so they can finally get the streaming money and so on and so forth.
Exactly, all their dues.
Yep, which is very, very cool. Yes, DUES. Which shouts to M-Phase is his production company is called Pay Your Dues, like JEWS.
Oh, nice one.
You know how you got the ASCAP production companies? Yeah.
Funny. Love it.
Yeah, which is good. Quick, mild, what do you call it? Like segue from that one. So, notice something that you and I were talking about today with a client of yours about just how rights work for all this type of stuff. And I hadn't really looked into it for a while. When I say rights, I mean like there's all the different types of rights as an artist. So whether it's like the songwriting, which is split essentially 50-50, by default from the writer of the lyrics and the writer of the composer of the music, the authors of the song, and it can go in different ways. Like if it was just because you had to just explain it all to a client so that they understood it, and then we came to an understanding in the end, which was good. But it was cool I enjoyed having like the refresh because I just sort of looked it all up again.
Yeah, same. It was a little like alarming, but it was also like, oh, I guess okay, let's do some. Just maybe it's changed. Let's have a fucking look.
Yeah, it was like a new cat who was saying that like no producer should ever get more than 20% of the song, and I'm like, well, I've been doing this more than half my life, and all I've ever done is always give the producer 50% of the royalties. Because if you think of a song, it's composed of music and lyrics. So whoever writes the music gets half. Whoever writes the lyrics get half. So what is? Ooh, that was funny. That was a bit of a glitch, I think, though.
Not water.
I know.
Kitchen noise.
Okay,
it's all good.
So
50-50.
Yeah, so 50-50 for the songwriting. So that's what we had to explain. I remember double checking it, and that's unless the only time it wouldn't be that was if, like, say if you produced a song for me and you wrote the hook or whatever, then you would get more than 50% because you did 50% on the beat plus whatever fair percentage the hook deserves. How many times it gets repeated throughout the song, blah blah blah. Then there's like mechanical royalties, which is the actual streams and the physical products that you're selling. I believe that technically what the split, say you make $5 from a CD, like that's supposed to be split between the percentages of all the different songs. So $5 divided by 10 songs, and then say it's 50-50, then you got to split. Like it's a nightmare. I think that's why maybe labels fuck around. Like the actual accounting of like what the splits would be. I imagine there's probably some sort of software that just adds it all up. You punch in how many sales there are and it'll automatically I bet you could probably put that in Excel. But there's that type of shit. Then there's sync deals, obviously, through TV, radio, video games, ads, all that type of stuff. And typically the artist, the song would get a X amount for being in there, which should be split equally amongst the songwriter people. The actual songwriting splits, and then there'll be back-end royalties that'll come through from like every time it gets streamed on television. If it gets put on television, there's royalties that get paid through SOCAN, which will just you don't have to worry about that. That'll automatically go. Then there's the neighboring rights, and I always forget what that one is. Neighboring rights, because I'm with I think that's Sound Exchange. I think I just make sure they gets all the internet play and stuff like that. which is also which is actually based on some of the stuff is based on the ownership of the master. So I think that, because it's all the internet play, I think that comes down to the owner of the master. So like your client would be the final owner of the master of the song, because you sold him the rights to the beat. Actual beat, that side of it, but it doesn't change the songwriting. Anyway, it was just an interesting conversation to reiterate like how fucking complicated this shit is, and then how it's pretty easy for people to sort of misunderstand what's going on, because they just don't make it easy. It's so fucking weird, man, the whole music.
Yeah, because when people started, like, you know, I have some mastering engineer friends that only do mastering, and they talk about getting points on a record, and I'm like,
that's
like, oh, there's 4 points to a record, and I'm getting like 0.5 of 1 point. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What percentage of the song are you getting, dude? He's like, well, it equals 1%. I'm like, okay, so why are you getting 0.5 of a point? Like, what is that? What, or whatever, that was a ridiculous conversation.
Did they explain it?
What? Yeah, it didn't make sense, but.
Okay, if you ever get that again, like, let me know, because I want to see. I'd love to see that. The point system seems to be, I've seen like majors always talk about that, whereas like we've only ever talked about percentages, because you have 100, and we just split it.
Yeah.
If there's two writers, like
different.
Totally.
How does it work for like Metro Boomin though? But someone like him who
that's a great
essentially
question.
He's like the artist, is he not? Technically,
you can be the artist. It depends. So say if me and Notion bought a beat off. This is the easiest way to look at it. If we bought like, because Metro Boomin does his project, then it's under his name. So then he gets positioned as the artist, where physically he's not making, he's not rapping or singing or nothing. Yeah. If me and Notion bought a beat off Metro Boomin, technically the way it would be, he would get 50% and then we would get 25 and 25 each, depending on who wrote the hook. But typically we probably do it all together, so that we can like make it simple, because that song would be a higher chance you'd make money off it. So we'd really want to maximize our songwriting splits. Now, because Metro Boomin is such a big name, he can demand whatever the fuck he wants. So he could be like, in order for me to sell you a beat, I need 100K up front, and I need 80% publishing. That could just be his terms. And if you want the Metro Boomin production, then you have to abide by his terms or negotiate. The person who has the bigger name, or it could be the other way around. Maybe, remember that thing where J. Cole said he took that beat, the J. Cole
from YouTube
style beat from YouTube. Say he wanted that beat from that guy, which he didn't. He just gave the guy the verse and was like, whatever. If that was true, say he did want that, then the guy could be like, well, he knows it's such a big opportunity. J. Cole could probably leverage him to give it to him for free and have a much lower songwriting split. Like maybe he'd only give him 10% or 20% or something like that. But that's because the artist has such a big pull on that side. So say like in Notion, Notion independent, a new independent artist dealing with Notion, an independent producer, like nobody really has leverage. It just should be 50-50. Like it just should be
as it can be with whatever's on the table.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any really much need for discussion with that. It's just like, all right, so, Notion did this, cool. Notion composed it, no one else did, cool. This guy wrote it, no one else wrote it, boom, 50-50. It's just like, you don't even have to think about it. We've been doing it this way forever, and I've always been like, I never, ever, ever want, the worst thing I could think of that would be a reputation for fucking people over. I don't like that. I don't want to get fucked over. I don't want that karma out in the world. You're good now, I guess. I don't want that karma out in the world. So, like, I've always made sure that I've given any producer I've ever worked with, a lot of, honestly, even some that have just completely disappeared, and there's waste publishing just sitting there in the ether, going to some non-existent person because they don't have an account or whatever. Like, I've even sacrificed that. I could have just taken it. But I always try to do the right thing. And I just think that's really important to have that integrity, to just be like, all right, this is how it goes. And everyone gets their fair share so that, okay, for example, with Relentless, I agreed with Notion and Maya, the producer, Maya Clarity, that if, say, we get any sync, obviously nothing really happened. Unfortunately, I was trying to pursue that. And nothing really came out of it. I was like, if any money came because I didn't pay anyone for anything there, we all just worked, so everyone got their splits. Notion didn't get songwriting splits. Sometimes that can be argued, but if any money came, I would just split it all three ways equally between us, because we worked on the project together, and the decision that I committed to y'all was that if money came in from that, over like outside of streaming, because it's pennies, but like if we got an opportunity, say you get 10 grand to get put in an ad, I'd be like, cool, then we get 3,300 each, like that. I think that's what I would have done, but that was my agreement with you guys. So it technically, I didn't have to give you. because I own the master, I think that's what I'm a little confused about. I think the sync upfront fee could potentially go to the master owner, but I think it probably should just be split with the songwriters. But so it would depend. It's a complicated situation. I think it can be kind of flexible, but it's more just on the agreement that everyone has and the different. But the baseline is what we mentioned. So anyway, fun little aside.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Business
right?
fact.
Totally. I'm gonna just like pump out a few of these little things, and then we'll get because I want to play the game, the debut single game that we played last week.
So fucking for the game.
Yeah, I fucking love that game. All right. Jay-Z had this thing at the Brooklyn Public Library where they had this full we call it like exhibit
exhibition, right?
Exhibition, yeah, exactly. Had his lyrics on the front there. They had like artwork made from it.
The lyrics everywhere.
At the front. Excuse me. I think it's temporary. It's not like permanent, but I think it was a part of the totally. But they had like cool like artwork, like, you know, someone made like a sculpt of his like hands doing the Dynasty thing or the Rock thing. You know, album covers, the little guy from the story of OJ, like the little character, like a 3D thing of it. All sorts of cool shit like that. Both him and Beyonce obviously were there for the launch of that, which is just cool. Imagine that, like a rapper is the feature of an exhibit at a public library in his borough. It's very, very cool.
Nice. Sick.
Love to see it. Don't know how long that's on for, so you should probably check down since you're going to be in New York. You might be able to actually swing by.
If there is a time limit on it.
While you're looking on that, another sort of segue for that is Just Blaze posted that Baseline Studios is back in action and looks like it's the studio. If you've seen, they recreated it in the same place, right?
Yeah, in the same place, the same way they had it, same console, same computers, same notepad, same like lexicon, digital fucking reverb thing, like the same shit as Black Album days, 2003, 2004.
Which is very cool.
It says it's free throughout the whole summer, so I'll definitely check it out.
All right, so probably go into September. Fuck, all right.
Yeah.
I'd love to. But it's very cool to see Baseline back. If anyone has seen Fade to Black, the documentary about the making of that album, it's the studio in there. It's the one where they did like Lucifer. It's got Kanye doing the rapping Jay-Z the chorus that he wrote for it and stuff, and like all that. Very, very cool. So it looks like motherfuckers can just wouldn't it be sick to just do a song at Baseline just for the fuck of it? That'd be kind of cool.
Even just to go into the room, I reckon you'd feel the energy and be like, "This is so fire!" Like, dude, what the fuck?
It'd be fucking amazing. It'd be cool to go into.
Play said he worked like 4 months on that.
All right. I wonder what it is per hour, because I wonder if it's worth investing. Well, I think so too. It'd be really cool to like spend a bit more and just aim to do one song, but spend the time and write the song in the studio rather than just go there to record for 2 hours and leave. Just to like try and channel that energy, soak it up a bit, channel the energy. Say they book 5 hours and write the song. While you're there, like come with the beat or something and be like, all right, we're gonna write this. Yeah, boom, boom. Anyway, very, very cool. I just saw a ridiculous thing I remember seeing to you guys. The internet, man, poor Memphis, Meek Mill. Why did I say that?
Oh my goodness.
They're saying now that they think he's they think he's like LGBT was the other thing. So the last week they were saying that he was slow, and this week they're saying he's LGBT because Nicki Minaj said one of her ex-boyfriends is into dudes.
Fish.
I did see something about him,
We sent it. I forgot about it, but someone sent it in the group here. I'm just trying to find it again so we could talk about it real quick. But maybe here we go. So it says allegedly this is Grand Wizard again. There's a video going around. Oh, okay. So they're like a high-ranking throat demon of the LGBTQ community is alleging that Meek Mill hired them to gobble his glizzy wizzy on camera.
Oh, wow. What a sentence, dude.
So somebody said that. It's a pretty good sentence. So I don't know, but apparently that's what they're saying, and other people have proof and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, poor Meek Mill. Amazon Prime Day was, I think, over the weekend. Did anyone cop anything?
No.
Nah. All the things that I wanted didn't go down by enough, and put it in the old cart, missed it, and it just like goes back down. So it's like, nah, man.
So it's like, boom. Okay.
Yeah, nothing in
Yeah,
store.
it's frivolous spending for the sake of it.
It was
In this
like,
economy,
there's nothing in this economy. Yeah, there's nothing really crazy. Like I was looking at, like, honestly, like a bike stand, so I can actually hoist the motherfucker up and do some repairs and thing. But cunts are rip-offs, mate. Like, just everyone's fucking around. So yeah, no purchases. The only thing I bought recently was like hydration satchels I can pop into my water bottle, so I can, like, not be dead when I ride for like 3 hours in the fucking 30-degree,
good idea.
80% humidity. So
Pretty smart.
Yep.
hydration packs, get a dog up, yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll purchase Team Healthy Cunt.
That's what the fuck it is. Health all day, mate. All day.
No.
Couple more quick things. I don't really know how much. I don't remember. Did we talk about the Adam22 and Lena the Plug thing last time?
Yeah,
But it's old. It's old.
It's old. Well, the reason I'm bringing it up now is that today
Adam is weird though.
Adam is weird. I used to like him a lot. He follows me on Twitter, but I'm like,
I saw that.
now he's beefing with the dude, saying that he's blacklisted from smashing his wife, which everyone's clowning, but I guess it means that they're introducing that into their business plan, so they're going to make a lot of money from it. And he was threatening to expose the guy, whatever that meant. So
they're trying to drag this motherfucker out.
I was about to say,
Adam is. I don't think anyone else is. I think Adam is. It's weird because I think he's getting so rattled by the backlash of it. It's like, if he stayed silent, I don't think anyone would have cared, because I don't care, because his wife's a porn star. It's like, I don't really care.
It's different.
So I'm not surprised. But the fact he's talking about it so much is like, bro, you're making it embarrassing for yourself. It's like, it wouldn't have even been that embarrassing. Like, bro, there were bare famous porn stars who were married. It's like, and no one says anything because it's like, oh, their husbands aren't coming out publicly and saying bare shit, but Adam's talking too much.
Way too much. I think it might be a part of it. I think it might be a part of this whole rollout, because it keeps them relevant. Because the other dude is talking. I just saw that. I think it was another Grand Wizard post that just came up in my feed, like as I was looking for the last one, and he said that, like, he was talking shit about Adam and the wife, saying the wife's pussy was too tight and his dick got numb, and it fucked him up during the thing, and they fucking then he was talking shit about that on another podcast. So I'm almost starting to think that it's a part of their, like, all right, let's, what sells? Well, drama sells, so let's just make this into some drama after the fact and keep this shit rolling. Because the way that Adam delivered the video of, like, he's blacklisted was hella weird, and it seemed a bit forced. Seem natural. No, well, it seemed like he was looking angry down the whole time, like he was reading something or whatever, like looking at his phone as opposed to looking at the camera part, because he had the green screen backgrounds. So I'm like, it feels to me more like that there's something, like this was all pre-arranged and they all fucking had the plan to do it all. Sure. So, anyways, it's always interesting. The last thing before that was Kaytranada was performing in London, I believe, and he brought 50 Cent out, which is pretty crazy. By just bringing 50 out. Speaking of Ed Sheeran bringing out M.
Big guns.
Kaytra bringing out 50. Very cool.
Big. It's pretty sick.
Shouts to MTL. Now, it is time to play. Maybe we'll play that the next 20 or 30.
Before we get into that, there's a few things here, actually, which are very super cool things that have happened.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Music. J House released an album.
Oh yeah, you just said that.
I thought I was really liking it, and then it just kind of got a bit weird. But there are a few gems. There are a few gems in there which are, like, I would listen to every day. Like, he's a sick artist, but he's super weird guy. But, like, good overall. I enjoyed the album, and there are pretty sick singles on there. Another thing, flipping, what's his name? Young Thug and Drake released a music video.
Yes,
which was excellent, and they're doing such a good job considering Thug is in jail. It doesn't even feel like he's in jail because of how good the rollout has been. Like, it's been super cool. Super cool. I'm very happy with it.
Cool video.
The video is super cool. What else is there? Kaytranada is like the face of the Complex. It's the Complex cover star of 2023, which is super cool. He's a fucking G. This guy, like, he's just a 21-year-old streamer, and he's just, when you watch his shit, like, he's just a G. Like, he used to live in fucking in Brooklyn, and he used to be so poor, so broke, and like, and he started streaming. Now he's fucking rich. Lives in Atlanta, like, just doing his thing. Like
that was the
he's
big
in
house. Okay.
Yeah, and he's in Japan right now, just enjoying his life and shit. And like, yeah, and this complex pose is so sick. Because I always remember when one of his early streams, he was doing push-ups, and in the background, a rat like walked past, and he didn't realize until he looked at the stream, and everyone in the stream was commenting saying, "Oh my god, there's a rat in your house! There's a rat in here." This is when he was like dead broke and shit. So he's come from that to like being super super rich.
Okay, I didn't know his story. Good for him.
Yeah, he's a proper G. There's a video of Messi walking out at so obviously he's joined Inter Miami, and like if you don't know much about Messi personally, he's like a super quiet, very much opposite to Ronaldo. Like they're both like, just as big as each other. He's like quiet, yeah. No, he is. He's literally like Kendrick. He's just quiet, doesn't do much. And like it's so weird because they did this announcement video and he walked out to a crowd of people and they announced him and Lil Baby was playing in the background. It's like there's no reason why Lil Baby and Messi should be like even in the same like stratosphere. It's so weird.
Interesting.
Super, super weird.
I heard he was like just seen shopping at Publix in Miami, like just a regular supermarket.
Yes. Because in the US, not a lot of people know who Messi is.
So he's like, oh wow, I can be normal.
Insane.
Yeah. And
I fucking would, even though I didn't even follow soccer, dude. The cunt's like, I don't know, man. He's the guy. It's like the Maradona of like this time.
No, I totally get who he is, but I just don't follow, so I probably wouldn't look twice at it.
He's paid face more than I really wanted to.
Gotcha.
So that's just fuck. Also, I like FIFA. I was like, fuck, I kind of know.
Respect. And final thing.
Yes.
Complex released a thing about the greatest hip hop duos, which is very interesting.
Steve Notion probably the best thing.
I would put them number one, I think. But in this article, they had pictures of Drake and 21.
Okay.
Lil Durk and Lil Baby.
Oh, stop it.
Future and Young Thug. Tyler and ASAP.
That's not too bad.
Baby Keem and Kendrick. Oh no, this is the best duo right now.
Okay, so like not classic, but just people who are working together consistently.
The clarification.
I guess so.
Okay. Otherwise, it's just like the best people who have worked together on a song or whatever.
I guess so, yeah. And that makes more sense.
I don't know if all of these people have released collaborative projects. Maybe a bunch of them have. Obviously, Drake and 21 have, but Tyler and Rocky haven't.
No. Future and Thug have.
Okay.
Baby Keem and Kendrick.
Durk and Lil Baby did the voice and the whatever it is one.
Oh, yes, true.
Actually, it was kind of cool.
Most of these people did, actually, except probably... I know Baby Keem and... Kendrick haven't released an album together, but they released so many songs together, and everyone knows they're related now. So it's like you kind of assume they're duo at this point. But Tyler and ASAP are the only ones that haven't. But yeah, it's interesting.
Okay,
it's very interesting.
It's probably fair when you put it in that context. Like if it's historically, like overall, then obviously it's pretty absurd. But as a right now thing about cats who work together a decent amount. I mean, none of those people were groups at all. So maybe it's a duo, meaning just like, a couple artists who team up and they work well or some shit.
Very true, very true. The only modern duo, which is the greatest duo of all time, is Drake and Future. You may proceed with the game. Thank you.
Okay, we won't even argue with that.
Thank you.
Last week we played. It was a game basically guessing. It was the best. It was like a top 100 best debut singles, and we went through the top 30 or 40. And Dan was just saying the artist, and then Notion and I were trying to guess the song. And we're going to do that again because I look forward to it. I don't like tests, which is Notion's big quote last week that everyone seemed to enjoy was I don't like tests. And,
First half of it, like I would have got it right, but you just answered before I could say it. So that was like, it's like, do I wait or do I just jump in?
Jump in, don't wait.
Let Notion go first. How dare you?
It's not okay, I can do that. Do you want to go first?
How fucking dare you?
No, it's all good.
It's not a competition. It's just me and you versus the right answer. No, it's me and you versus the right answer. We're a team. Sweet. Think of it less like Jeopardy, more like Family Feud.
Cunts on cunts.
Ooh, yeah, me and you are about to tag team and run a train on these answers.
on Dan's.
Shotgun Anus. All right, Dan, let's go.
All right, number 60. Mace and Kelly Price. They released a single together.
I don't know.
No answer. It's called "Feel So Good."
Oh,
off Mace's album Harlem World.
Harlem World, 1998. I didn't know it was featuring Kelly Price. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
because he's not really billed as a feature on that song.
He's not featured on the title of the song.
No, I'm pretty sure, but interesting. Maybe it's just facts people know. I never knew that. Okay,
interesting. So there's this. I don't know who these people are, but or who this person is, but Audio2.
Audio2. Oh, Top Billin'.
There you go.
You know the song. You know it if you. I can't remember the lyrics, but you know it if you hear it. It's like super 80s shit.
Mm. Okay. Next one. Whack a Flack of Flame.
Nosh, this is you. This is all you, buddy. Doesn't he have a song called like Hard in the Pain or something?
I have no idea what you're talking
about. That's his like biggest song.
Oh, okay. So,
but that's not the answer. There.
Well, we're gonna have to pass on this one, mate.
It's called "Oh Let's Do It." I don't know that song. I know
Seems like a nice guy. I like him.
Oh, here we go.
He does seem like a nice.
Yeah, but his music's not for me. But he seems cool. I'd hang out.
Like Lil Yachty. Have a barbecue.
There's a bunch of rappers like.
I want to hear their music. I want to hang out with them.
There you go.
Like who else? Moneybagg Yo. I saw a video of him. He seems cool. Super cool. Super cool guy. And he was like he walked past a random interviewer and the guy asked like who's your favorite rapper right now, and then he just mentioned himself and he was like, oh yeah, you should check out his music and shit. And then he asked him, what's your name? He goes, Moneybagg Yo. And like, he was just making a big joke of it. He was super cool.
I love that. Good for him.
Here we go. Tupac.
Brenda's Got a Baby?
No.
It would have been off Tupacalypse Now, probably. Unless they're counting I Get Around.
First single?
No, not I Get Around. He featured on... No, it wouldn't be that because it's his first single. What else was
I've never heard this song before. It
must be off the
first. What's the first letter of the first word?
It is only one word, and the first letter is T.
I'd have to look at the... No, I don't want to cheat. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a song called Trapped.
Okay, yeah, that was off Tupacalypse Now. Yeah, okay, cool. I haven't heard it for a long time.
I don't know that song.
Yeah, it's very dated. You listen to that album. It's 1991 or 1, I think. It'll sound pretty dated.
Green cover?
No, that's strictly for my. That album is the black and red. It's got like this weird mix of colors. I don't think it's actually green, but maybe there is some green in it, and that's what you're remembering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Lil Wayne featuring BG and Juvenile.
So this would be Off the Block Is Hot, and I don't know what I didn't like that album. Just when it started.
It was so like old school. The beats were too...
No. We got into Wayne on 500 Degrees, which is the next one. Not too sure. What's that one? Hot Boys? Is the song called Hot Boys? No?
The song is called The Block Is Hot.
Oh, well then. So I almost kind of got it right. Title track, yeah.
This one's... here we go. Easy.
Was that so Solo? Easy Does It, I think was the album. Was that a single?
That was the album.
Oh, Boys in the Hood.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
That was obvious. I don't know these people or this person. EPMD?
Yep. Erica Parrish, Making Dollars. Oh, okay, you're asking the question. No, it would be The Symphony?
No.
Well,
it's the shit. No, wait.
The Joint. Wait. The Joint. That was from later. That was my first thought too, to be honest. The was it like Strictly Business or something like that?
That was the album, yes.
I don't know.
A song called It's My Thing.
I would never have got that.
Okay, here we go. AZ.
Sugar Hill.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
MOP.
Okay, first album MOP. Fuck. Whew. I was never really I never bought an MOP album. so I'd never really like fucked with them that heavy.
Let's take a guess, like Stick Up, or like
No.
Firing
I can
Squad.
I can give you the name of the album.
Yeah.
The album is To the Death.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Oh mate.
No.
Song is called How About Some Hardcore.
Oh, that's their first single. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I know that was giant. Okay.
Okay, next one. Cool G Rap.
Jeez. Okay. I always liked him, but I never bought his albums either, so I don't think I would be able to guess a first song. I don't know if you got anything for that one, Nosh.
0, bud.
A song called It's a Demo.
Okay, that's very direct.
Pretty good. Yeah.
MC8.
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 Oh, I don't know who this guy is.
So he was from... Okay, you know the song? Let me just tell Dan, you know exactly. Remember you sent me the DJ Quick thing, which I never had my dick sucked by a man before? That's who it was dissing.
Yes. Oh!
So he's from... Because he said EAHT. Now, should I continue? Yeah, he left out the G because the G ain't in you, which is a good bar. He's from Compton's Most Wanted. Then he went solo... But it was like I just never got into it. I don't know the.
Kendrick got him back on that one song on Good Kid, Mad City.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he was on that song.
I think he's actually like dope. He just had beef with Quick in the 90s. So
yeah,
I'm not too sure, man. What's the joint?
Song called Straight Up Menace.
Okay, I've heard about that. Okay.
I don't know who this person is. I don't know half these people. Da Brat.
You don't know the Brat? Wow. Okay.
No.
Functified.
Yes. Yeah.
So she was discovered at a Criss Cross concert in the early 90s. They brought her up on stage. Yep, and then she rapped, and Jermaine Dupri signed her. She did an album and an EP called Functified, and then her sister is, I want to say, she's a famous like a host as well, like Lala like type of chick from like radio or something. I always forget her name. Anyway, she was Atlanta chick. No, she just
gave birth at the age of 49,
which is kind of wild. And which is even weirder. She's like, I think she's like gay too.
Wow, interesting.
Her pipe still works. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous, but I guess she got some guap.
Very dangerous. Her sister is Lisa Ray McCoy.
Lisa Ray, there you go. Do you remember the song? There was a song with Biggie. That her and Biggie was huge. They played it. So what's that song called? No, you know the one they used to play in the clubs all the time. It's the Brat. Hey, with the style of my remain, and you'll see as I release the clip to your hip, Brat Biggie Smalls, or the B-side. That song was like massive. Yeah. So that's maybe people know her from that as well. That was much bigger than her earlier shit. Anyway. Yeah, that sounds slapping.
Listen to the B-side.
Hey. They got a little played out, to be honest, but it's still a banger. And then they used to always play the clean version. When you played... Yeah, the dirty version is so much better. But it was when they re-recorded it back in the days for the clean version, which I appreciate. Okay. Is there any more?
Shit. Yeah, here we go.
Re-recording clean versions.
Yeah.
Too Short.
Yeah. Bitch.
Yeah, it's a song called Bitch. I don't know.
Good guess. Man, my man Simo would know this one.
He'd fucking
I should
know.
get Simo on the blower.
Like,
oi, dickhead. Morning. What's fucking Too Short's first song, mate? Be like, oh yeah, it's fucking. He actually sent me overseas. I swear to God, mad love to fucking Simo. Okay, this cunt. When I moved to Canada, he gave me Too Short's first album on CD. He's like, take this with you, bro. This is like a piece of me. Take it with me. Pause. You know, fucking take it with your pause and fucking have a good time, mate. Fucking here you go. Play Too Short to all them Canadian cunts. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they know who he is, mate. He's like, no, just take it and like bump it and it's fucking thick of me, mate. Fucking sweet as. So I do have it. I could get it out the cupboard, but like there's a whole, there's a whole thing.
You know how it goes.
But I do possess Too Short's first album in my vicinity on CD. Thanks to Simo.
Shouts to Simo.
Man.
So then Simo. The first single is Bitch. Is it called Bitch?
No, it is not called Bitch.
Okay.
Good guess, but
it is called Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of
that.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it rolling.
Here we go. Black Moon.
Enter the Stage was the album.
No.
So the song.
Yes, that was the album. Yes.
Would it be Gotcha Open?
No.
Would it be? Fuck.
I don't know the song names, dog.
Oh, I'm having a blank. Cunt. I can't remember.
Yeah.
As soon as you say it, I'll be like, God damn it.
It is a song called "Who Got the Props."
Oh, of course. Yeah. All right.
Idiot.
Classic. I know, right? Dumbest cunt going.
Daniel.
Here we go. Meek Mill and Rick Ross. Sorry.
Was it off that? Actually, I have no idea. I didn't follow Meek Mill in the early days. Yeah.
It's a song called
Apparently
Two Pack
Buck,
Back.
so,
Oh, 2-pack Buck. Okay.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Migos.
Versace?
Yeah, Versace was their first single, which I'm very surprised at.
Yeah.
They've been out for yonks. They're doing mixtapes
like,
for so long.
Imagine that being your first single. That's like a massive song.
That's pretty big. Fuck? Good for them.
Kid Cudi.
Oh, Day and Night.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, look at us.
Great song.
Blog area things.
Great song. The Roots.
Would be...
You got me?
No, because that was off 1996, 98, Things Fall Apart. The first album was Organics in like 89 or 90. The second album was Do You Want More? So Organics, I don't remember the name, but that was when they used to do all the all the fucking jazz stuff.
Scat stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what the song would have been off Organics.
Well, this here is saying it's from the album Do You Want More?
Okay. So then it was, if that's the case, wow, what was the fucking joint? Essay Woman, or whatever it's called. Like, it's like this weird word they made up.
No. It
What's
is a song called Distortion to Static.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
What the fuck?
Fair enough. Boogie Down Productions.
Criminal Minded?
That's the album.
So then the song would have been, was it the disc, like the bridge one or whatever? Bridge is Over?
I can tell you. No, that is not it.
What was the cop one? Sound of the Policeman. That was a KRS solo, wasn't it? That wasn't BDP. Ah, fuck, I don't know.
A song called South Bronx.
Oh, South Bronx. South Bronx. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's a good first single too.
Kendrick Lamar.
Was it what's the one J. Cole, the one we do at the show, High Power?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I still think it's his best song to date.
I agree.
Oh, okay, interesting. And I think maybe we've done this one last week, Lady of Rage.
Oh, Afro Puffs. Yeah, we did that
there
last
you
week.
Go.
Okay, that's enough for this week. That was, I feel like that was more collaborative. Notice is how we're going to work moving forward. We're going to be collaborators on this, and we're going to get through this together.
Out here.
Mm-hmm.
Out here. I guess it's going to get harder because they're less kind of like popular ones. Because like obviously the more less known. The more older ones.
I thought it would be, but I'm reading it now, and it's pretty famous people. Like a lot of people that, it's way more famous than that list there.
Fuck yeah. All right, well, let's keep it going next week. We're at 133, so we're a bit over this week, guys, but we did need to hear in depth about the Drake show. That was important. So, good times, boys. Dan, where can everyone find you online, Fat Dick? That's what we call it.
HTFGXMING.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Gang.
What about you, guys?
Oh, mate. At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Notion MTB on YouTube, Vegemite Shoes, at Notion MTB on Instagram as well, illnotestudios.com. Get a dog up here, fucking check out me fucking mountain bike shit. See Feezy?
Love it. CEE FOR on Instagram, Threads, and fucking Twitter. CWTMF on Facebook and whatever. Let's just quickly take the thing. Ready? Guys, thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell. Ding. So you know when the new video drops. Follow us everywhere at The Movement Fam. Also at Bad Habits Pod on Instagrizzly. We're a little late these last couple of weeks, but it's summer, so you're gonna have to allow us, fam. Yep. And we'll drop this ASAP. We'll see y'all next week. Get a dog up, yeah.
Woofy.
Woofo. Wolf. Cunt. Wolf cunt. Wolf cunt. Wolf cunt. Wolf cunt. Wolf